We're going to be factoring now trinomials. Alrighty, cool beans. So let's go back and look at the flow chart and see which one of these is going to fit in here. So I've got my little flow chart here. There's our problem. So since we are talking about a trinomial, we can skip the whole binomial thing over here, and it's not 4 or more. So these are the only options right here. And so is it a perfect square trinomial, or is it going to be in this kind of fashion right here? So that's what we're actually kind of looking at. And so let's see if this is a perfect square trinomial first. Can I write the first term as something squared? And I believe so, right? That would be 4m. Can I write the last term as something squared? And I believe so, right? 7. And can I write the middle as 2 times the first times the last? Well, the first term is 4m. I'm running out of room there, and that's 7. So 2 and 4 is 8, and 7 is 56. So yeah, so this most definitely gives us this. So since this fits the pattern of a perfect square trinomial, it's just going to be 4m plus 7 squared. Okay. All right. So oops. So that's this answer right here, and that was 6. What was that? 4m plus 7 squared. So 4m plus 7 squared. Okay. Now come over here. This is not going to be a perfect square trinomial because you can't write 8t squared as a squared. You can't square something to get 8 or square something to get 5. So it looks like this is going to be the trinomial where I have ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is greater than 0. Right? So we're going to have to use that method. And I taught you 2 ways really how to do this. There's the guess and check, and then there's the what I call the modified diamond. So like you do like your x, and then you multiply 8 and 5, and so it's going to give us 40, and then negative 13 right here. And so now we need 2 numbers that multiply and give us 40, and add to get negative 13. And it happens to be 8 and 5. So 8 and 5, but they're both going to be negative, right? So what we'll do here is that we rewrite this. So we have 8t squared, but instead of writing negative 13t, I'm going to write that as negative 8t minus 5t. That's what I'm going to write right there in the middle. And then plus 5. So now we factor this by grouping. And there is a plus sign right there if this is not being product. Factor of the GCF, so that's going to be 8t, and so I have t minus 1, and then right here I factor out the negative 5, and so I get t minus 1. Negative 5 times t is negative 5t, negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. Good, so those are the same. So I get t minus 1 times 8t minus 5. Good. And I have an example C right here, and this one I'll do the guess and check instead. Now this guy, check this out. It's another trinomial, cool. But remember, the first thing that you always do, if possible, is factor out the GCF, and they all have a common factor of 3. So I'm actually going to factor out 3 first. So I get 2x squared minus x minus 21. Okay, so this is a lot easier to factor than this guy. And so I'm just going to factor this right here by just using the guess and check method. And so I'm just going to start with my 2 binomials. And let's see, I have to get 2x squared right here, right? So this times this must give me this. So there's only one way to get that, right? 2x and x. And 21, there's only one way to get 21 besides 1 and 21, which is 7 and 3. So let's see, do I want to put the 7 here and the 3 here? Actually, I think I want to put the 7 here and the 3 there. And let's see, that's 7x and 6x. So that's a negative 7 and a plus right there. So when you multiply that, and that would be it.